And so you may have some teachers who really not more to others. And also don't have performance management in place. It is difficult to help those. So performance management in our institutions, in our are very crucial. So we have to forever appraisal and feedback. My appraisal is very, very important. So to that appraisal, I'm able to look the strength of the staff and then when that needs to happen. And not people. And because good, that is the aim. Rewarding excellence, addressing and performance training, which are the most data. And so if something comes to line, you need to correct it. You need to appreciate the fact. Key performance indicators, collect feedback, and create reward systems to staff morale and accountability. Assessment and performance helps identify strengths and weaknesses as appropriate. Let our response-based process, which facilitates fair and linked to promotion, training, and incentive. As our HR manager is so easy to bring out a policy. What's our promotion policy? How many years must you wait before you get a promotion? How many years can you wait in an institution before you can be given stability? How many years can you wait before you can be, your class can be changed? All these things are supposed to be in our policy so that at any time there will be fair and justice. So we have science management and the equity of human sciences. So this performance mapping of performance against potential workforce it was designed by Foxtel and Bristol 2016 in their and so it maps performance with potential. So as an HR manager or as a school management, when you want to have development, training development of your staff, or when you want to consider who should go to, sometimes it's good to use it. So we have they're giving us so many different kinds of staff or categories of staff. So we have staff who are solid citizens. So whether they or not, they are there for you. They are very solid. Or you push them, they don't go back. They are really there for you. They do everything you ask them to do. And they do it perfectly. And then we have the staff. They are always, staff shining. They are always going down. They are always shining. And so no matter where you push them, sometimes the person is a chemistry teacher, but when you take the person to be a math teacher, the person will do marvelously well. Those are the staff. Those are the staff return and staff. Then we have the marginal performers. Yeah, they just do their work. They don't cross the borderline. They're in between, so they don't just cross the borderline. We said they should come and teach math. Immediately after the 45 minutes, when they hear the bell, they go. They are done. So those are the marginal performers. Then we have the burnout or empowered employees. So those are the three. Those are getting through their refinement stage. They have worked for so many years, and so they are burnout. They are tired. They are underproductive. So they are there, just waiting for their time to go home and rest. So those are the burnout or the disempowered employees. Because maybe can't
AI was not there, computer was not there, the internet were not, the internet was not as you were not using the internet as we are using now. And so those people, they are disempowered. And it's not now that you are going to force them to learn computer. The first thing we're going to do is that. The first has to get a people of the time. So those people, there's nothing you can do about them. And we have running and achievement. So when you get back to the fraud, for example, you have a frauding disease. You cannot manage it. There's no way you can cure it. So those are whatever you do, you can't improve them. They are there and they are just there. They will just do whatever they want to do. They don't go extra mile. They just come to you and say, yes, I have that. But then, if the person comes to what I'm telling you, it's not their problem. So, when you want to consider staff for further education, for capacity building, and other development workshops, you look at these categories of staff, then you know which one to send for the workshop or for the further studies. Because some people, when they go and come, they'll be able to do a step down workshop for the rest. But others, when you take them, when they come, even certain days, they didn't even hear what was said. How much more they coming back to give a step down workshop? So policy formulation and implementation. HR must take the lead in developing policy that promotes equity, inclusion, discipline, and staff welfare. Clear communication of these policies ensure that all staff understand expectations and processes. Another responsibility is very benefits administration. So people may think that but it's an accountant job. No, HR works behind the accountant. The accountant is the HR is supposed to receive all staff are paid fairly. And so it is the responsibility of the HR to see the payroll before it is sent to the principal or the management for signing, so that to make sure that every staff is captured and every staff is paid fairly. Then succession plan. HR identifies potential needs among staff, develop them through mentorship and ensures a smooth leadership transition process when needed. Succession planning prevents negative distraction. HR ensures the school is never unprepared for staff transition by developing internal leadership pipeline. Because at the end, you need to know how many staff are going on assignment, how many staff are going for further steps, how many staff are we going to need to fill the gap. And so it should be there so that we are always prepared for that. You don't wait the last day when school is open and then you realize that these staff are not at school. Then you start looking for staff to fill the gap. No, you need to have a succession plan to take care of that. You always have to plan ahead of time. And compliance and law and labor law. It is the responsibility of the HR to make sure that both management and the staff comply with the legal issues in the country. So if the minimum wage is, example, 1,000 naira, as an HR manager, you need to make sure that people are not paying below the minimum wage, because that is what the law says. And so you make sure that the school comply with the laws of the country. So HR managers in school align with law, ensuring fair treatment of employees and protecting the institution's reputation. So that's the thing we do. We think we are really then at the long run, we are there to protect the name of the institution from any legal.
The contract HR managers go for maximum impact. So in looking for HR managers, management is essential for addressing HR related issues and improving institutional management. Because the HR is the management and the management community, and they are talking about the staff or there's an issue about the staff. The HR is not there. You see, it's not really data. And so HR, we encourage management to improve HR, their management, it's not all management, but management. And HR managers provide full support from principals and heads of institutions. They are functioning from motivating performance and affect their desires. The HR department must properly respond. Very important. It is technical nature demands expertise, diligence, and attention. HR managers should be respectful of what makes relationships with their principal. As I said at the beginning, you recognize the principal, and so at the most people time, must you feel that the boss of the provided principal? No, you have to know that you work under the principal. It must be strategic. HR is a strategic answer. When we need it, HR should be at the table, offering side, fostering collaboration among stakeholders. Collaboration among teachers, administrative parents, and the community. When teachers feel supported and heard, their motivation increases. This directly affects the students and how we have positive school culture by organizing team building activities, supporting conflict resolution, and encouraging communication across the classroom. And so we can have department meetings, and then the HR will encourage that each week, each department has a meeting and then address about fairly, so that at the end of the evaluation, the management of federal. So HR for sustainable educational future. Train educators in digital literacy and emotional intelligence. And sustainable future in education requires resilient teachers, and adaptive systems. HR must ensure our schools are effective staff who can innovate, embrace technology, and nurture students for a globalized world. This means training educators in digital literacy, emotional intelligence, and self-centric pedagogy. Support mental health and staff well-being. I always say that if the staff is not having good mind, the staff is disturbed for home. Sometimes the person comes to mind, just tell the person to go back home. Because you can't give what you don't have. And so it is the responsibility of the HR to think to the mental health of the staff, to the well-being of the staff. Then the school is only as strong as its people. Mental health, spiritual direction, and listening here are all parts of sustainable HR practices. And we talk about the practices. And these are all the best practices. So it's not just about the person's job, but it's so you go beyond the person's job. Then invest in professional development for HR. yes, these are guidelines, and these are what we do. So the person can be time. Then we can have a rotating guidelines. How do you go about orientation? When we have new staff, how do you arrange them? We need to have those guidelines spread out so that at any time we get any new staff, we use those guidelines. And then use data to track our development and performance. Now we are in the digital world, and so we cannot do without digitalization. And so we can use data to track our development and performance. And then introduce HR technologies that streamline attendance, lead monthly and then evaluation. So we can also consider establishing HR support units at the disaster provincial and the national level to coordinate and standardize good practices across schools. Employee attendance because you need to improve staff satisfaction and youth performance, ensure compliance and enhance the educational experience for students. In today's environment, professional data management is critical success. And data management supports people by aligning people's strategies with educational goals. In conclusion, the importance in our schools must be seen as not just hiring and record keeping. It is about connecting, empowering, and inspiring the people who carry out our education mission. As we move forward in transforming education for a sustainable future, managers are encouraged to empower and support HR department for maximum output. Let us invest in them, listen to them, and empower them. Together, let us ensure that our schools remain beacons of hope, justice, and holistic education for generations to come. I quote from SSL mission statement. As women, so we can put ourselves as men, so as women of prayer, faithful to the vision of our founders, we challenge ourselves to respond to the radical call to conversion, which is at the heart of the gospel. And so to growing freedom, courage, and resourcefulness in responding to the needs of our time. SSL mission statement. And for me, the needs of our time is to involve HR and school administration. Thank you.
This morning I told us that our energy level is on 200%. So I didn't see 200% clapping. Can we give 100%? We are grateful to say you keep clapping like this. Don't keep clapping. Thank you, sister. We are grateful. And that was a very inspirational talk. Thank you so much. Thank you. That was a deeply enlightening learning experience for all of us. And I'll just do a highlight of sisters to know. And after that, if you have any questions or verification, do let us know. We heard that HR involves a strategic approach to managing people in an establishment. We also heard that the HR manager, is the manager of the managers. That is very significant. And the HR manager also has responsibilities. And a few of them mentioned by Sister is training and capacity building. The HR carries out performance management, talent management, payroll and benefits for staff. Also, the HR manager works on the succession plan for the school. However, the HR managers need our support in any establishment because they connect all the stakeholders and they encourage communication among the stakeholders. Finally, the HR is not the principal. The HR is not the principal. However, the principal of the manager has to support the HR manager. Again, let us be reminded that the HR is the manager of the manager. Thank you. So any questions? Good. So I saw 3 hands up. I'll take the 3 of you. I'll begin with the first lady here.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Julie Scan. I'm from the primary school. In the situation where you have a supervisor in your school as the overall head, and you have the headmistress and the PTA supporting welfare, and also the staff, they have their own welfare. Some of the roles mentioned here are basically done by supervisors. So I'm trying to see where the HR fits in such a structure. I don't really know. Thank you.
Thank you very much. As I said at the beginning, it's a new thing coming into the education sector. And so these roles, most of them are being played by other people. But now, things are changing in a way that you need a practitioner. And so now HR managers, we are not just managers. When you go to school, you do HR. That's not the end. You need to write a professional practitioner to handle some of these things. And I think I really say this. When we want to employ an HR manager, you look at your staff already. And so if you are just a cleaner with like 20 staff, you're teaching and teaching staff, I don't think you really need an HR manager. But then where schools and systems are built, and then we have like more than 50 and over 100 staff, then you need an HR manager who knows his or her role to be able to go through the roles of an HR and make sure that the welfare and the well-being of the staff is being displayed and is being achieved. And so people play this role. That's why there was and try to talk about the burden of the principal. And so the principal will do some of these things, and the safety managers will do it. But now there has been a need to employ somebody who is specialized today to manage those affairs. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sister. It's a briefly. Sister, is human resource management the same as business management? My reason is that most of the characteristics you listed fit business management. Thank you.
Thank you very much. As I said, in the 20th century, it was Excel manager. And so their role was just three: recruitment and selection, payroll management, and compliance. But now an HR manager is not just a manager, but is seen as a business partner in the institution. And that is why as HR, if somebody is a business partner, it means the business is at the core or the center of that business. And so he becomes part of management to discuss issues concerning the growth of the institution and the growth of the staff. And so those days they were just managing these three roles. It was just about the compliance, payroll management, and recruitment. But as I went through some of the roles, you see that now HR managers go beyond those three roles. And so HR managers are seen as business partners in any organization or in any institution they find themselves. So they go beyond what the personnel manager used to do. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. The program is highly insightful and interesting. If we look at a school where we have HR support unit, now concerning this aspect of the team, outsourcing, we know outsourcing of materials and some other aspects of the school processes. Then when we talk about outsourcing of teachers and the teaching workforce, is it of importance? I need to share that with you. When we have HR units in a system, in a school system, is outsourcing really important? Okay. Then the other side of the coin, if it is not in a school organization as an HR unit, then of what relevance or importance is the outsourcing of teachers? Because we can make or mark the outcome. Thank you.
Okay, if you say outsource, then I don't know the policy of the school. So I don't know whether they are planning to outsource for a particular subject, for a particular firm, or a particular teacher, or a particular year. And so there are so many things that sometimes you can outsource an art teacher just for a particular program. And so you outsource the teacher for that, and after that it ends. And so we call it a contract. But if you are talking of outsourcing for 3 years or 4 years, or when you need teachers, the HR can go through recruitment and selection, but then it is given to other agencies to do that. I think I'm not really clear with that. I don't know if I answered you.
Thank you, sister.
Another question, the last one. Okay, standing on the existing protocol, I am teaching an Rebecca from a region of Hospital Primary School, Ghana. You said that the manager, the HR is the manager. Please, can you expatiate on that?
Thank you very much. I said HR manager, and I gave an example. And so it is the responsibility and the duty of the HR to make sure that management go on their annual leave. Management are paid the right salary. The appraisal of the management are also done, because that is what you use for the succession plan. And so most of our times we have managers and institutions of abuse. They go through what some of the staff do. But as seen as HR as a business partner, it is about the welfare and well-being of the human resources. Human being is the important asset in the organization, including the manager, including the principal, including the school administrator. And so you need to make sure that what you do then is doing. And I am not following the policy and then the procedure. It is the work of the HR to correct and bring them on track. That is why I said the
realize that there is a lot of administrator. Because when you send them and then there's the legal team, it means you, the HR, you didn't do your work. That is the different manager, the personnel manager. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. for being able to the question. Please, if you have other questions, please, I can see, I see some people raise their hands. Please forward your questions to the general platform, and I promise you to have a attend to it. Please don't forget to forward your questions to the general platform and this is our statement. Once again, I'd like to give a thunderous applause to Peter. Peter, to all the way from Anna, like Anna.
That's why this is
she is a member of the provincial team of the Society and also the general secretary of the family. I'd like to welcome Sister Rosie. Thank you.